So the Living Fit program started here at the YMCA in 2001 to help individuals with chronic illnesses such as osteoporosis, diabetes, arthritis, depression, cognitive deficiencies as well, help them and encourage them to work out in a safe facility. So some of these individuals have found some sort of regression, and we want to support them in improving on their strength, their endurance, and ultimately even their self-esteem. We have specialized equipment for cardio and for weight training. So please come on down if you want, so you can check out our area if you've never been a member. So if you are a member, then what we do is we book an appointment with myself for a medical assessment. With this, we go over the medical history and also the musculoskeletal area. We go head to toe, and we talk about sprains, general discomfort in these areas, surgeries, fractures. Once we're done with the medical history, we go through a physician's clearance form. This is a really, really important part. You need to take that to your physician to get the A-OK that you can start a physical routine. So once we have that, then we can book with Paige, and you do a physical assessment. It's like a mini workout. So we go through flexibility, cardio endurance, just to see how well your fitness program is going to fit into those medical conditions that we've discussed. So after the medical and physical, myself and Paige come together and we exchange notes, but ultimately I build the fitness program. Me and the individual then, we get together and we do a program rundown. So that's where I guide and teach and demonstrate the program that I've built for that individual. And that usually takes about an hour. So for some of our Living Fit participants, they need my assistance every time they're here. They're called my one-on-ones. So my one-on-ones are booked. They have their very own time slots each week, and those can be from 1 to 2 to 3 sessions a week. About 80% of our participants in Living Fit are independent, and they track their routines, and about every 3 months they get a new routine depending on how that specific fitness program is going. Why they get a new routine is because it's really important to keep the body guessing. And sometimes we need to up the cardiovascular training. Sometimes we need to take away some of the weight training because sometimes it's just not working. But the main thing is to challenge ourselves. The benefits are endless. We can improve on form, increase their capacity to do work, improve immune function. We increase the resistance to injury or chronic pain. Exercise helps with circulation and blood pressure. We've also seen how it can decrease pain and the severity of various maladies. But above all this, I for one think the most important aspect is the social aspect. We have built a community of friends and family here at the Living Fit program. The participants' quality of life is enriched because of this program. And I, for one, believe that it not only helps them, but their loved ones around them. And I get to see those benefits on a weekly basis. And I admire their determination and their focus and their resilience to go above and beyond what maybe other people have expected of them, and I'm really honored that I get to be the coordinator for this program. Everyone should challenge themselves, and if that means coming into a fitness program that's maybe a little bit scary, don't be scared. Take that challenge. I'm here to help. I'm here to guide you. There's people in this program. Our participants are the best. They're equally as encouraging as I am. We have the best volunteers in the Living Fit program. 3 amazing women work with me to make my work pretty much effortless sometimes. To become a volunteer for the Living Fit program, it's sort of similar to getting just a regular job here. There's an interview process, we have the onboarding process, and once they are here, they are taught the participants program. Same thing, I demonstrate everything for them, so that way if they are going with the participant on a one-on-one, that they know the person's routine inside and out. And for some of them, they have medical background. So I have one lady that was an RN. She's a retired RN. So it's really nice to have their expertise and knowledge that sometimes help me out, which is great. But it's really important, and we always need more help. But if you are interested in being a volunteer, please contact me here at the Downtown Y, and I could definitely set something up. The participants here in the Living Fit program include individuals that have had strokes, that were born with cerebral palsy, accident victims, those with degenerative diseases such as Parkinson's and MS. We also have people with cognitive deficiencies as well. And each and every one of them have a specific fitness routine that is tailored for them. Some of our participants have degenerative diseases, and at the end of the day, I don't expect that I'm going to be a miracle cure, but I can definitely add to their quality of life. I can hope that they gain strength from being here and surrounded by a community of other people that are challenging themselves to get better. But if they have degenerative diseases, there might not be that end goal, and that's when their quality of life comes in. And I hope that I can make this an incredibly pleasant experience for them when they are here. One of the great things about our facility is our fantastic, huge, long hallway. And one of the reasons why I love it so much is because I use it for some of my stroke victims. Some of my stroke victims have slowly been regaining the ability to walk. And that is an amazing, amazing accomplishment. Now, with the assistance of a transfer belt and a volunteer behind us with the wheelchair, we safely go down the hallway. And what I'm looking for is a nice bend to maybe the affected side, how big the lift is coming out of, say, the hip. I also watch out for balance. And this is a great thing because they slowly want to regain that balance. And that's one of the great things that the walking does. We also go, because of the way our hallway is set up, it ends right at a set of stairs. And so for a few of them, we do the set of stairs as well. Because that's also something that after a stroke, that they might lose the ability to walk up and down stairs. So it's a really excellent thing to practice here safely. So then maybe they have the ability, once they're home, to try it themselves. The Living Fit program also works very close with Core, Ready, and Next Step. The participants in those programs come to the Y with aids. These aids are sort of become their personal trainer. The fitness program that I build for those participants, the aid then takes over and guides them through their program. We have equipment that is designed specifically for people with disabilities. One of them is our New Step bike. Our New Step bike has a swivel chair, so if somebody needed to be transferred from a wheelchair into the new step. It makes it much more easier with the swivel chair. We have foot straps on the pedals so that their legs are nice and safe. It is a full body workout because that individual is working their lower body and their upper body at the same time. The seat also can travel up and down, so it can be tailored to the person's height, and as are the arm handles. So that way that the person's knees and elbows are never locking out. They always have a soft elbow and a soft knee. It's really important. We never want to lock out our elbows or lock out our knees because that can create a lot more tension in those joints. So we want to keep them nice and soft. So our two freestanding weight equipment machines are called the Equalizers. And these are wheelchair accessible, so we're able to take away the seat and we're able to position a wheelchair in place. So whether they're doing the chest press, a back row, or a shoulder press as well, no matter what, the chair can back up and be positioned according. The hand adjustments can be adjusted according to, say for instance, how high our participant's wheelchair is. We also have the resting pad. So those are for individuals that might have balance issues, not necessarily in a wheelchair, but need just that resting pad to be able to, say, when they're doing a tricep extension, they might need that resting pad behind them just to keep them nice and balanced. One of our pieces on the Equalizer is the Pec Deck, which is working your pectoral muscles on your chest there. And that one as well, seat can be taken away and the wheelchair can be moved, can be backed up. And it can also be adjusted for range as well. So we have this handy dandy machine called the Arm Bike. It's for people with limited mobility on their legs, they can be placed underneath and get a full upper body workout. Really, really good for your upper body joints. So like in your elbows and in your shoulders, and still getting that cardiovascular training and getting that heart rate up. We also have our very own free weights as well in the Living Fit program. They start at a lower weight though. We have 3 pounds and we only go up to about 10. It's really important to have some form of weight-based training in almost all of our programs. For some people, for some participants, we start them out maybe at only 3 pounds, but it's a start. We also have wrist and ankle weights. So for some people that might not have the dexterity in their hands, these are a fantastic tool to use to work out with. So for some people, we might use them on the ankle, and I might assist someone and raise their leg up and down for a leg pulse. And that way they're getting a really, really nice workout for their hip flexor and for their quadricep as well. Because something like the leg press might be too much at first, so that's a nice point to start out with, is just a really, really nice leg pulse. For some participants that are in a wheelchair, I feel that stretching is really important as well. So doing a workout, say like toy soldiers, is really great because then they can get still that tiny little crunch in their abdominals as they're bringing their hand to their foot. For some that may not be able to raise their leg up, it's still a really good momentum just to bring down that torso and get that crunch in there as well. At our freestanding Equalizer machine, you can do a shoulder press, a chest press, and also a back row. Now, the great thing about this machine is that it's wheelchair accessible. So you can use it utilizing a seat, or the seat can be removed and the chair can wheel in. And also the handlebars can be adjusted because not everybody has the same height of wheelchair as well. So those can be brought down and brought up. So there's proper alignment when they are doing the row and the press. Now at our big Equalizer machine, we have the Pec Deck attached to it. We also have a pulley system for a lat pull down or a rope extension. And then on the other side, we have a pad for balance. So people can hold on, so our participants can hold on to it, and they can do workouts like side kicks, they can do assisted squats with their chair nicely planted behind them. And we also have several different attachments. So we have cables, we have straight bars, and the nice thing is that we have one particular grip cable that is fantastic for some of our stroke victims, that it really squeezes in their fingers, that way they have a safe, nice grip. And so for this one, they can do a cable row, they can do a bicep curl with it, and they can also do even a tricep extension as well. I don't want anyone to think that we keep you cooped up in one area. We do have the full access to our facility. So it might take us a little bit of a walk to get there, but we can utilize any of the equipment here. For some of my participants that are in a wheelchair, what I do is that I put a safety belt on them. And sometimes it means that we have to walk to a particular piece of equipment. But I don't want you to think that we only can use everything right here. We have many different areas with amazing equipment that we can use. In our Kaiser room, we have a leg press. Now, one of the reasons why I put someone like a stroke victim onto the leg press is for many times they have an affected side, and that affected side needs an equal workout. If they are able to get themselves into the Kaiser room with my help, we align the feet where they're properly supposed to go on the base pad, and then as they push out, they're getting a really good workout through their hip flexor, down their quadricep, and even around their knee. These are muscles and joints that normally don't get worked on throughout their day. So when they're here, they get a really nice focused workout on those muscles and joints. One of our great machines also in the Kaiser room here is our leg curl. Now for the leg curl for anyone able-bodied, it's gonna work your hamstrings, but it's a little bit more of an extra help for someone that has had a stroke. So the way that the feet are positioned is between two pads, one that's resting above the knees and then one that is coming just underneath the ankles. And when you pull back, the great thing about that is that if you've lost that ability on the one side, because of the way the padding is, it actually guides that affected side back, and then when the non-affected side guides it back to the full extension. So it's like the affected side is getting the full workout. Now, is the hamstring going to be at full use like the other side would? Not necessarily. Is it getting the slight movement that the unaffected side is? Absolutely. So it's really great that you just keep pushing that affected side to try and get more and more use for that participant. Hi, Bobby. Thanks for joining us today on our Living Fit segment. Your wife, Donna, was a part of our Living Fit family for many years. Can you tell us what brought her into the Living Fit program?
Well, back in 2003, she was struck with an illness that disabled her. It actually paralyzed her from the neck down. So she spent a lot of time in the hospital recovering. It was like an autoimmune disease that attacked her nervous system, which attacks your muscle. And she had nothing. She couldn't walk. She couldn't feed herself. She ended up in a rehab clinic once she started to get function back over some time because of the progression that the nerves grow back. Yeah. And once she was finished her rehab in the Calgary hospital, they sent her home, and it was up to me to continue her rehab and help her along. So we looked around the community and we found the Living Fit program at the Y, and it was exactly what she needed. She could come here with her wheelchair. There was wheelchair equipment for her to work on. Her spirit was lifted because she was gaining.
Absolutely. What did her program look like when she was here, Bobby? What kind of things did Donna do?
She went through a program that was it was all lined up by one of the trainers, and then the I can't remember what to call it. The girl that looked after the program back then, Pat, I think her name was, helped her get through the program. She came here 3 days a week, and every day they tracked her progress. She had a guide sheet. It showed her where to go next, and how much weight to put on. And as she continued through the time over the years, she gained strength. She pushed heavier weights. And
Fantastic. Yeah. What did that progression look like from when she first started to sadly before she passed away?
she got so strong that she actually went back to 10-pin bowling. She was a 10-pin bowler for years before that, and she continued on after that. She couldn't run up to the line and throw the ball, mind you, but she could throw a ball. She could stand there and throw a bowling ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she got back with her bowling league.
And it didn't just help out physically, it helped out mentally for her as well, right? From a social aspect.
Oh, correct. She was more outgoing. She was happy. She had friends here. I guess you could call her Y family. They would come and after her workout, she would have tea with them up front while she was waiting for her bus to come. And on some special occasions, they even had somebody organized a potluck lunch.
Yeah.
Before they would, depart for the day. Somebody's birthday or Easter or whatever it might have been.
Yeah, and I'm sure at some point, Bobby, you had to take care of Donna a lot. So how did it help you from her being here? How did it change your life?
She got more independent and gave me more freedom to go back to the life that we had before.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think was her favorite part about being here?
Oh, I would guess being socialized with all the other people, just being here with other people with her challenges. Yeah. The Living Fit program is totally awesome. My wife never gave up. She when she spent time in the Medicine Hat Hospital, she never gave up. She was told she wouldn't walk again, and that wasn't good enough for her. She sent the electric wheelchair back. I bought her those garden gloves that had the rubber palms on them. She pushed her wheelchair around with her palms till she couldn't even stay awake anymore. I'd come in there after work, and she'd wake up. I'd wake her up in the hallway of the unit she was in the Medicine Hat Hospital, and she would tell me, "Today I did 95 rounds." She didn't quit. She wasn't a quitter.
Bobby, if Donna was here right now, what kind of motivating words would she use?
She would tell you to keep going, never give up. Her motto was little steps, big progress. There's always hope out there. You just can't stop. You got to keep going and keep going. There's no end.
What did Donna's experiences teach you?
She taught me that a disability shouldn't hold you back. There's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it. So, like her bowling, she thought. We talked about it one day about her going back to 10-pin bowling, and why not? Try it. I mean, there's nothing to lose, right? It's all the game.
Yeah, that's right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Bobby, for helping us today promote how wonderful this program is.
So the Living Fit program fits with our mission and vision. Basically, there's a few key words in our mission and vision statements that talk about enriching the community, healthy lifestyles, a program for all ages. Sometimes people really look at the YMCA and they say, well, it's either a gym or it's for kids. Well, this program really fits into our mission and vision because it's for all ages. And also for the fact that one other key element in the mission and vision is really enriching the community and having healthy lifestyles for everyone without any barriers. People donate to the program because they see this as a program that helps every member in their family. Anybody that has diabetes, you want this program to be there when that person that's a diabetic needs that down the road. I know I have a child that has diabetes. I want in 30 years for this program to be available to her when she needs it. So I think people are starting to really see the effects of this program and how it's helped their family members. Whether they've been in a car accident, whether they've had a stroke, whether they've had a heart condition. And what we see is when these clients come to the program, they can't believe how much this has helped them. Now, as far as the family members that it's also affected, because as we know, when there's chaos in health, there's chaos not only to that person, but also to the family unit. So when donors donate to the program, typically they either understand, they know that the program has helped somebody they know, whether it's a family member, friend, and if they understand that this program is really needed to keep that person healthy, having them able to cope with whatever ails them, and being able to recover from an accident, a stroke, the effects of diabetes, and so on. So I think as donors, it's really important that they understand that, and the fact that this program is basically donor funded. And as the YMCA, we look for donors to fund the program so it's here in perpetuity, because we know that down the road we'll need it just as much as we need it today. In some cases, the Living Fit program has helped clients for a period of 5, 10, 15 years. And just to be able to live their life, cope with what's happening in their regular life, let alone the mobility issues they have. Most recently, we had a client pass away. But the interesting part of that whole process was that the family came later, and we were one of their first stops to say thank you so much for helping her, and helping her for a period of 15 years cope through her life with her mobility issues that she had. This program supported her, really saved her from a very dark place. And so they were so thrilled to come back and say thank you. And that is really a story in itself where we really know we've made an impact, and that we keep making an impact, and we need to keep making an impact because we know how much this program can enrich lives in our community. There's some key things that are in the mission and vision statement that we have that really gear to the provision of health, enriching our community, and for all ages. So those key things in our mission and vision really speak to the Living Fit program, where it matches in a sense that we are taking care of people of all ages. We're concerned about the health of our community and having those clients have the ability to access without any barriers the YMCA of Medicine Hat.